I don't enjoy the pain, kind of got hooked.
No, I've had 2 kids, and in comparison, it's a walk in the park to get tattooed.
The tattoo gun is definitely addictive. You hear it, you want it.
Everybody says your body is your temple. If that's the case, I should be able to decorate it the way I want to decorate it. Because I like skulls and eyeballs and stuff. It's all in what you're into.
I've spent $20,000 or $30,000 on tattoos. I still have them, and I still love them.
As the needle runs across your tight skin and the ink smudges around the lines of your detailed design, you become the art. Art allows us to feel free, creative, and brings our innermost thoughts to life. The addiction of the needle causes an inexplicable thrill that only you can understand. Pew Research Center reports that 23% of Americans have tattoos, and 32% of people ages 30 through 45 have at least one. But as life knocks on your door for employment, how will your tattoos answer? Who will hire me? How much of my tattoos can I cover up?
How will I work in the corporate world?
Will I have to downgrade my career choice because of my appearance?
Did the manager think I wasn't qualified because of my tattoos?
These are questions that all need answers. The perception that runs through the minds of employers can be unpredictable. Based on the placement of tattoos on the body, the first impression could be detrimental or won't matter at all.
But I do have a problem with people being judged by their tattoos, because tattoos doesn't explain who a person is. It's just, to me, it's an expression of self. Like, I'm a big fan of art, so to me, tattoos just express some of the things that I feel and express for myself.
I mean, every time I go in an interview, I always go in with the mindset that that my outward appearance really matters. I have like so many odds against me, my dreads. I have these gold teeth that I got when I was 11 years old or so, and I also have these tattoos. So
being a black man with tattoos, you definitely get judged a lot, nitpick. The way you talk, they try to nitpick when it comes down to the way you talk, the way you dress, everything. So you can see it a lot. You can see the prejudice in the teachers when I'm speaking, when I'm just walking, just in general. From my understanding, it seems as if they don't understand our culture.
The fear that customers or clients will stereotype tattooed individuals as thugs, druggies, or non-professionals runs through the minds of hiring managers across the U.S.
Tattoos, when they are combined with maybe sagging pants or ripped shirts, or big gauges in your ears, it can come across, especially as a whole package, as very, very unkempt. If there's dreadlocks or for white or black, it just can sometimes be dirty looking, and that in a business where you are working so hand in hand with other people and talking to customers.
It all depends on what you have, where it's placed, and what the meaning behind it is. But the first perception is generally a negative one if a hiring manager sees a tattoo.
While first impressions are lasting, displaying your cool tattoo may do more harm than good. But an issue people with tattoos have is not every tattoo is easy to hide, or their attire has to be strategic in covering their tattoos. Tattoos on the neck, face, and hands are the most visible areas of the body that may not sit well with employers. According to the Huffington Post, older professional job recruiters say the most visible tattoos remain a stigma. A typical customer forms their opinion based on how they are treated by the employee, but also on how the employee looked.
Neck tattoos for me personally are an automatic no. If I see anything on the neck, it's the perception that I know that a customer would get right off of that. They could have the best resume, they can have a great experience, but that initial perception is what causes a customer to be a repeat client or to walk away and think and give a negative perception of the company as a whole. So depending on what the tattoos are and the location of the tattoos, then it definitely is dependent on whether or not I will hire them.
Coming into college, I actually see students with face tattoos, and I kind of looked at it and kind of laughed because I know they're hindering themselves from getting jobs and other job opportunities, whatever field they're in. I know it's going to be very hard. If not, they're going to have to move that face tattoo. So to me, that's not a great idea to get tattoos on your face or at places you can't get recovered.
You know, years ago, I considered getting my face tattooed, like a little something on the side of my face, but man, I am so glad I did not do that. I don't even like having my throat tattooed, honestly. I think it's too much. I like still being able to look a little professional, and you know, a lot of the things I did at a younger age, I wouldn't do now for sure. These big holes in my ears and the throat, like, it's a little too much.
The company I work for has standards as far as tattoos being visible, you know, on face and neck and arms that can't be covered. But as far as if the applicant comes in a sleeveless professional looking shirt and has tattoos on their arms, personally that doesn't bother me as long as there's nothing offensive, as long as there's nothing that a customer can look at and be offended by.
The reality is, workers will be just as visually diverse as the skills they possess. But there are a few professionally inked individuals who make smart tattoo decisions and know their limits.
I personally have wanted a tattoo since as long back as I can remember. Parents were completely against it. The day I turned 18, I said, I'm going to get a tattoo. So I went and got a tattoo, fell in love with it. They always say once you get one tattoo, it's kind of addictive and you kind of keep going from there. So I went and got maybe a 1" by 1" tattoo, and it has slowly grown into what I have at the moment and would like to actually get more, but know that I have to have a stopping point with wanting to further my career, because my career is more important than personal self-expression.
Ink my whole body, I don't give a motherfuck. Ink my whole body, I don't give a motherfuck. Ink my whole body, I don't give a motherfuck. Ink my whole body, I don't give a motherfuck. Ink my whole body, I don't give a motherfuck. Ink my whole.
The biggest debate about tattoos is, will a corporate job hire you regardless of the edgy art? According to the working world, Walmart is accepting of tattoos, but face piercings aren't allowed. Borders considers tattoos as an interesting bonus. Starbucks won't allow baristas to show off art because a clean-cut look is preferred. In general, many food industries and retail stores allow more self-expression, although customer interaction is limited.
If I'm going to your normal Applebee's, Chili's, something like that, I find it 100% acceptable. If I'm going to a 5-star Michelin rated restaurant, then no, I don't want to see tattoos up and down their arms. And like I said, that's not anything to be derogatory or anything like that to them, but it's a high-end restaurant and there should be a certain visual perception that you get from those type of people.
I'm going to look at the person as well as person's personality, how well they communicate, how well they enunciate, how well they can relate to others. If you have a personality that, in the retail business, that's necessary to talk to others and to help people and to be friendly, I won't judge the person by their tattoos. Like I said, unless you see something vulgar, then there's going to be an issue with the tattoo.
The image you carry is ultimately based on the institution. Different companies carry separate standards for the look of their employees, but some of your most intelligent and qualified employees have tattoos that you would never see. As you think of self-expression, why is body art so debatable?
Like I say, tattoos doesn't express or doesn't tell me who the person are. Tattoos, like I said, just expression of yourself.
While Aubrey relishes in the freedom of self-expression, there are strict tattoo policies among jobs that will never change.
I believe that the income brackets, as they get higher in the type of career that you work in, it is more important to not have tattoos. I believe that certain people that run in the wealthier world, per se, they have a set of standards that they will think less of somebody who has tattoos or has piercings or seems more edgy, and they will, I feel personally that they will judge those people's character based off of the looks more than in the retail or restaurant business. So yeah, I think other careers, possibly accounting, someone where you have to entrust money, that the tattoos are definitely going to make a larger impact on their people's ability to succeed and move higher in a company.
Tattoos are not the death sentence they once were in professional jobs. Some companies have begun allowing tattoos in their workplace, only as long as they aren't visible. In decades to come, having visible tattoos in the workplace could come to light. Now, Kirsten Parrish is not your average tattoo professional. With intricate colored designs all over her skin, she still manages to get the job done.
I think it's important to be authentic. I think it's important to not stifle yourself and to not try to be something you're not. And if you feel like tattoos are an art that is beautiful, and then put it on your body. You know, people buy art and put it on their walls all the time. You know, why not put it on yourself if that's what you're into? And as long as you go to a shop that's sanitary, that of artists that know what they're doing, and you end up paying a good price for it. But if you do it the right way, I mean, it can end up beautiful. And I think that should absolutely be encouraged. But you know, there are times when people will give you grief about it. I'm sure my dad all the time, even still, I'm 30 years old, and he still, to this day, hates my tattoos and will give me grief every time. But at the same time, he knows I'm an adult, and he knows that I keep him covered when I'm at my job, and that I am, you know, going to be working on a master's degree, and I have my bachelor's, and I am, you know, already worked as a group therapist for patients at a state hospital. I work at a hospital now, and I'm going to keep going. He knows I'm professional, that it doesn't mean I'm a criminal or anything like that.
Although you see colorful tattoos throughout her arms, chest, and legs, this professional is smarter than she appears. At the Baber Health Center, Kirsten conceals her self-expression while saving lives.
I'll go in completely covered, then after a while, maybe have one peek out just to see what'll happen, and if they think, oh, it's all right, or I'll look around at some coworkers, and if they have one showing, then I might feel a little bit more comfortable. But with my last job, which was in ICU, it was very strict. I had a higher collar that came down just slightly. I was leaning or something. The manager caught it instantly and was like, you need to pull that up right now. And she was very strict on it, and same with the long sleeves. Even if you were hot, keep them pulled down. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. And she says, well, you should never have gotten them.
Many hiring experts say that tattoos are not the kiss of death they once were. Employers that do respond negatively to tattoos are often older individuals.
We had a lot of elderly patients, and you know, that's the majority of the patients that they have, and they're from a different, you know, generation, and they think of sailors and criminals when they think of tattoos, so they don't see it as just a regular, normal part of culture like we do.
Their stories are all different, but one thing they have in common is their love for art with a twist of work ethic to seal the deal. As a professionally inked individual, studying the institutions you plan to work for is key. You are worth the chance and the risk of a successful career.